And we're going to start with the latest on the coronavirus situation in South Korea. A new social distancing scheme begins today, and South Korea will start the process of vaccinating older teenagers and pregnant women against COVID-19.
Yes, for more on this and other COVID-19 related updates, joining us live in the studio is our reporter, Yeon-seung. Good morning, Yeon-seung.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, as Mark just mentioned, South Korea is starting new social distancing rules beginning today. Can you tell us more on that?
Oh, well, certainly. Well, first and foremost, the good news is that more people can gather under these new rules, and they don't have to worry whether it's before or after 6 p.m. anymore. For the remaining 2 weeks of October, up to 8 people, including 4 who are fully vaccinated, can gather in the capital region, where it's still subject to level 4 measures, the highest of the social distancing scheme. Restaurants and cafes can stay open until 10 p.m. But in other regions, level 3 will be applied. That means that up to 10 people can gather as long as at least 6 people are fully vaccinated. In non-capital regions, operating hours for restaurants and cafes are extended to 12 a.m. Hopefully, these new social distancing measures that start today are the last of them, as the nation has promised the start of the With Corona stage in November, which signifies a lifestyle where we live alongside the coronavirus.
Yeah, a lot of people can't wait for that. Now, a lot of this living with COVID-19 scheme they're coming out with is largely thanks to the vaccination success of the campaign we've had here in South Korea. Just walk us through exactly where South Korea stands right now in terms of the number of people who have been vaccinated.
Well, as of Sunday, almost 65% of the population has been fully vaccinated. Health authorities are now working their way down the age group and will start administering vaccinations to those aged 16 or 17 from Monday. More than 55% of those in that age group have reserved their jabs. Those younger who are between the ages 12 to 15 can also start reserving their Pfizer shots today, which they will get in November. Vaccinations for pregnant women will also start today. More than 2,500 women have signed up for their shots. You know, there has been a lot of misinformation floating around on social media, many casting doubts over the safety of COVID-19 vaccinations for pregnant women. But contrary to rumors, studies have shown that the vaccines do not affect male or female fertility and do not increase the risk of miscarriages.
Right, Yeon-seung, like you said, more people are getting vaccinated, but what about booster shots? How are they coming along?
Well, so far, 380,000 people have signed up for their booster shots. But the ones who also need to be considered as priority groups for the boosters are those who got their Johnson & Johnson shots earlier this year. A new study found that waning vaccine immunity for Johnson & Johnson vaccines. The study tracked more than 600,000 veterans who got the Johnson & Johnson shot, and health experts saw that the protection rate of those vaccines had fallen drastically within 5 months, from 88 to 3%. South Korea started administering Johnson & Johnson shots back in June, so the government said that it's currently coming up with a plan to administer booster jabs to those that got the jabs as early as December.
It's really rather shocking that the efficacy rate dropped from 88% to 3% in just 5 months. Must be a concern for those who got the J&J vaccine in the first place. But how has this uptick in vaccinations in South Korea been reflected in the daily caseload of new infections in this country?
Well, for the last 3 weeks, South Korea has been seeing a slight downward trend in COVID-19 infections. And some experts are attributing this downward slope to the high vaccination rates. The average number of weekly infections is down to around 1,500, which is a notable step down from what we saw at the end of September, which was an average of more than 2,000 cases. And last night as well, health authorities saw numbers that could confirm the declining trend. Until 9 p.m. last night, health authorities logged in 1,038 new infections. That's 332 infections down from the night before and 236 fewer than the same time last week.
Now, we certainly hope the vaccination tally goes up while new infections go down. Thank you so much, Yeon-seung, for your report today. We will see you again tomorrow.
Thank you.